What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode with yours truly, myself. In today's video, we're going to talk about the struggles of an 18-year-old to around 20-year-old in regards to leaving their parents' house and trying to survive out on their own while going to school. I know this is very tough for many students, especially freshmen that are going into college with no idea of what's going on around them, but they do have a steady job and they're trying to make the best of it and earn a living while at the same time going to school. So assume that you're just graduating high school and you're going off to college. Your plan is to be something that's great, but the loans are not covering your tuition enough, and you are working right now and you're making, like, let's say $15 an hour, and you're working 20 to 24 hours a week, which comes up to around $300 if you're working 20 hours a week and $360 if you're working 24 hours a week. And my question is, so how are you going to be able to pay or afford rent while at the same time going to school and possibly paying part of your tuition yourself? This can be very hard if you're also trying to save money and build a better future for yourself. But you know, everyone has to go through it, and you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. So living situation. So if you're planning on living on campus, rent is very expensive living on campus, especially if you're living and trying to pay for the entire thing yourself, in terms of like apartment wise. But there is a solution. If you want to save some money, you can do that. But first, I want to tell you about the rent. Renting around campus, it's gonna range from $700 to $2,500 a month. That can be something that you probably can't afford. So my best option for you is to try to find yourself a studio apartment that's a little bit off campus, where the rent is somewhere between $650 to $700 a month, that you can afford. And the best part of that is that you are living alone. You're not living with someone else. The second thing I want to talk about, if you cannot afford a studio apartment, the best thing to do is to try to find a roommate. If you're gonna find a roommate, you gotta make sure that they're up to it and they're gonna pay the rent with you. That's just splitting cost, which can be very, very beneficial to you. So if you're gonna do that, I recommend that you live on campus. And if you can afford to live on campus that way, then so be it. Let's say you are looking to roommate with someone. I would say the maximum people that you want to roommate with is 1 to 2 people. That's the best scenario. And if you go ahead and do that, let's say your rent is about $1,500 a month, you're going to be saving yourself an extra $150 to $200. Whereas if you were to get a studio apartment and pay for it on your own, this would just split the cost 3-way, and it would cost you around $500 a month. I recommend that you guys open up a Roth IRA, and with a Roth IRA, you were able to contribute to that retirement plan on a monthly basis, which $50 a month. Just act like it's a subscription. If you act like it's a subscription, you're gonna be forced to pay it, and if you do that, you're gonna be saving yourself a lot of money throughout the year. Now, if you're able to increase that amount every month, you can go ahead and do so. Do it in small increments, and if you do just the $50 a month, that's gonna be around $600 a year that you're saving and putting it into a retirement plan, which will grow over time. If you're trying to save money as well, I recommend that you act like you're going to lunch every day, but you're really not. So what you do is you open up a savings account and you deposit $5 every day from your checking account into your saving account, and over the course of a 365-day period, you'll have at the end of the year close to $1,800 that you have saved up. And if you're able to do that every day, you are saving yourself a lot of money and put that money to good use in the future. Every college kid's favorite food is, of course, ramen noodles, but we don't want to go that option. Ramen noodles has a lot of sodium in it. It's not good for the body. It's not very healthy. So I recommend that whenever you guys wanting to eat something and want to eat something healthy, or eat something from home. Eat something very simple, something small, something that will just power you up and not have you spending your wallets. So if you're working 20 to 24 hours a week, the best thing to do is try to pick up extra hours. Ask your manager, your boss, whoever that is, to try to get some extra hours because you are trying to pay the bills. You're trying to pay your tuition, you're trying to pay your rent, and you got other costs on top of that that you want to attend to. So I recommend that you ask your boss, ask your superiors, make sure that they know what you are doing and why do you need those hours. Just be honest. You know, that's the best thing you can do. And if you do that, you are probably gonna get what you want. But if not, if they're not agreeable to that, what I recommend from you is try to find another side gig that gives you, on top of your 24 hours, 10 hours extra, and that would make it around 34 hours. But if you can't find something in that range, I recommend that you definitely look for another job that gives you around 35 hours a week, 30 to 35 hours a week, which is the best option for you. And if you are working 35 hours a week, a $15 per hour, you're making a good amount, which is somewhere around $525 a week, and that's very good for yourself, and you'll be able to afford to live a little bit more. Try to do a side hustle. So a side hustle is something like go inside a thrift store and buy something with a budget of $5 to $10. I make sure that I look it up on eBay at Sold tab. You'll see the Sold tab right now. With this, you'll be able to find out how much is the item selling that you're looking at, what potential profit you can make from it. And if it's an item that you can make a good 20-30 bucks on, then go ahead and buy it, post it on eBay, and just let it sit there. Maybe a week, 2, 3 pass by, you'll probably make some good money from that item. Depends on the popularity of it. Social life equals spending. You don't want to go out to bars and drink and spend money on drinks while you're socializing. Trust me, your time is much more valuable. However, if you do want to socialize, just make sure that you ask a friend and try not to spend money. Go out there, ride a bike, trail walk with your friend, just talk like the old days. Right now, I don't see anybody doing that while everybody's on their phone, but make sure you guys can go and do that and not spend any money. So it all goes back to what you are into. Are you into watching TV shows? Are you into doing something else? If you're into watching TV shows, I recommend that you do get a subscription, an internet subscription, and a Netflix subscription, or a Hulu or Amazon Prime. Just make sure that you are only subscribing to one. However, if you're into sports like I am, I do recommend that you guys go ahead and try out CBS. CBS has a monthly membership of $5.99 and it's great. It has a lot of shows on it, and on top of that, you're able to watch whatever's airing on Sunday for football, and that can be very fun if you're rooting for a team and you want to see them play. And it's the cheapest cost out of all three others, so it's a good option. So if you don't want to watch any TV through subscriptions, my best option for you is to head over to your local library. Make sure you are hitting the books, finding out which book you want. Check that book out, go take it, read it on a free time. Thank you all for watching my video. If you guys want to see more of videos like this, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I appreciate